right, welcome back into the channel and welcome in for a SmackDown review. The December 6th edition of SmackDown in 2024 is in the books. Monday Night Raw was a very good storytelling show. SmackDown was a very good in-ring show. I think that might be the direction we are headed going forward into the new Netflix era. Now, this review is coming up a little bit later in the day than I wanted it to. Apologies, had some things I had to do this morning. Now, Cody Rhodes opened up the show. Cody Rhodes came out, Minnesota. What do you want to talk about? Boom, American made, ready, willing, and Gable. Chad Gable comes out. For starters, Chad Gable needs to be on SmackDown. Chad Gable needs to be a staple of the United States Championship division. He should win the title. He should hold that title. I think Gable could bring the prestige to the U.S. title that Gunther did the IC title. That's where I stand. And also the Creeds and Ivy Nile in the United States Women's Championship division, they'd all be better off over there. And, you know, Gable did announce a transfer window where I do think we are going to see, you know, I could make a full video on this and I probably will, but I think we're going to see a real 180. I think guys like Cody, Punk, Roman, Rock, Cena, or like are going to be on Netflix. $1 billion to get you that. But I think we are going to see a new modern day like SmackDown 6, Gunther, Drew McIntyre. I could see Sami Zayn, Kevin Owens, maybe a Braun Breaker like headed to SmackDown. And I think SmackDown is going to pride itself on being the in-ring wrestling show, whereas Monday Night Raw is the stories, the Netflix, I think that's where we're headed. But Cody Rhodes and Chad Gable, a little back and forth here, sets up a match in the main event. Nothing too crazy to take away from the promo. I thought it was good stuff, but I don't think it leads to anything in the big long term. We then start off with Naomi versus Tiffany Stratton versus Elektra Lopez. Triple threat match. Still the end of the first round here of the United States Women's Championship Tournament. Tournament winner will be crowned in Saturday night's main event. The semifinals are next Friday. Tiffany Stratton gets the win here in her hometown, which big ups to Papa H, because Vince would always just, you're in your hometown, you're going to lose, pal. I like the fact that Tiffany won here. I know a lot of people wanted Naomi to win, and this is an unpopular opinion. I might get killed for it. I might get crushed for it. I don't think she's that good. I think she's okay, but I don't think she's underutilized. I think she is properly utilized, properly slotted in the mid-card, whereas Tiffany Stratton should be one of the core 4 women that WWE looks at to lead them into the future. Give her a win here, let her progress in the tournament. I don't think she wins the thing, but I also wouldn't be mad if it was her and Bayley in the finals. People are getting all their panties in a bunch online, talking about it better be Chelsea Green and Meechin, and I get it. You want the WWE Women's United States Championship title to represent you know, the next step in the ladder for some of these mid-card women, and it will mean that, but for the first champion, having that match be crowned between Bayley and Tiffany Stratton on a big show, Saturday night's main event, in where they could showcase a really good wrestling match guaranteed between those two, I don't hate that either. I thought this match was pretty solid. Tiffany obviously is just absolutely excellent. Elektra Lopez was okay, and I thought Naomi was underwhelming, if I'm being completely honest. Watching these 3 women fight, I looked at it and was like, Tiffany's a star, the other 2 were okay. And that's just kind of where I was at on that match. You know, a good win there for Tiffany Stratton. Then we learned that Tangaloa, Bronson Reed, and Jimmy Uso all injured in War Games, you know, making War Games seem a little bit more brutal. Obviously, you don't hope for injuries, but the fact that they happened, I think, does add a little bit of like stigma to the match. Tangaloa probably out 6 to 8 months with a torn bicep. Bronson Reed, it's going to be close for WrestleMania with a broken foot, and Jimmy Uso should be back for the Rumble with a broken toe. Then we progress forward here to Bianca Belair versus Piper Niven. We had Bianca backstage earlier in the show talking shit with Piper Niven and Chelsea Green. They said that they didn't attack Jade Cargill. She kind of accused them of doing so. Then they got into a little scuffle, boom, in-ring action. And this is where I think the beauty of the WWE Women's United States Championship division can come and can show. because if these are the level matches that we're going to be getting on what appears to potentially be a 3-hour Raw and a 3-hour SmackDown, this is good use of TV time. Bianca and Piper went out there and absolutely killed it. Now, obviously, Bianca is one of those staples that I talked about where, like, when you look at the future of WWE and you look at their women's division going forward, Tiffany, Bianca, Io, Rhea, Liv, Roxanne Perez, like, that is my 6 right there. Like, that's who's got to be at the top. And Bianca proves why once again in this match. A good win. She gets the win over Piper. Later in the show, Byron Saxton clears Piper's name, and Naomi is just conveniently there and is like, well, maybe it was one of anybody else on the heel bad girl women's War Games team. And yeah, you know, I think it was Naomi. I think it was Naomi. Then, favorite segment of the night. The Motor City Machine Guns versus DIY. Obviously, you could see by the graphic here, it was supposed to be MCM versus the Street Profits. The Street Profits, earlier in the show, were attacked backstage. A little whodunit. I mean, WWE's turning into a detective show. Who attacked Jey Uso? Who attacked Jade Cargill? Who attacked the Street Profits? A whodunit is running around here on WWE at this point in time. I don't mind it, though. It was DIY. It was for sure DIY, because we'll get to that. But the Street Profits were attacked. They can't compete. Johnny Gargano conveniently is just sitting there and says, we'll take the match. You know, he's friends with Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin. They say, fine, we'll give him the match. We get to the match. And there was speculation that, are we going to break up this tag team? I think before this, we had the Nakamura segment. We'll talk about that after. Yeah, we did. There was speculation that, are we going to break up DIY? And I was firmly on no. I was firmly on no. Because it doesn't appear that WWE is going to merge the tag divisions back together. They want to keep them separate. They seem to be very destined on a brand split with the Netflix thing. 3-hour shows, got to fill the TV time. Fine. If you're going to keep separate tag divisions, let's not kill teams. Let's make them feel more important. We saw that earlier this week with a New Day. It's a week to turn heel if you're a tag team. And let's do it here with DIY. We get to this match. Ciampa is like, this is our last opportunity. This is your last shot. If it don't work out, I'm done with you type beat. And we get in the match. Good in-ring competitiveness. Motor City Machine Guns not super over. Not sure what that is, but they're good in the ring. And good back and forth in this match here. We get to the closing point where Ciampa and Gargano are arguing. Gargano tells Ciampa, like, get the fuck out of here. I'll do this all myself. I don't need you around. Ciampa leaves, goes and grabs a chair, distracts the ref. Gargano low blow to, I believe, Sabin. And Shelley can't believe himself. Super kick to Shelley, excuse me. Meet in the middle, DIY new tag champs. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. I think that Motor City Machine Guns, as part of this draft or trade window or whatever they're calling it, might go down to NXT. That was the original plan for them. When WWE originally brought in Motor City Machine Guns, they thought they were going to bring in them and Lucha Bros. Obviously, everything happened with Tony Khan, and him not letting Rey Fenix out of his contract and adding more injury time to it, just to have him sit at home on his couch. But I digress. So I think they could be headed down there because NXT desperately needs tag teams, and DIY versus Motor City Machine Guns for the next month, then versus Street Profits as a heel team. Sign me up for it. Love it, love it, love it. Nakamura. This was before that match, because Bleacher Report. I think maybe I needed to start doing my own notes or just be a little bit more prepared on how they're doing things here. Apologies. Nakamura came out to the ring. Before this, he was going to talk about the U.S. title, and quickly interrupted by LA Knight. LA Knight comes out, want my title rematch? Yeah. Andrade El Idolo comes out and says, I want a match with Nakamura. You know, the whole spiel. You know how WWE does it. You know how any wrestling company does it. It's my match. And then the bloodline hits the ring. Tamatanga. And Jacob Fatu, and we had Solo Sikoa, and they just wreak havoc. I don't think this has anything to actually do with the U.S. title division. I think this is more of just a, we're here, we're still the bloodline, we're still going to wreak havoc. I think they're going to buy time throughout December, and we will be getting Roman versus Solo on that January 6th Raw for the Ula Fala, and that'll set up things with The Rock. I know that some reports came out The Rock's not going to do Mania. Okay. Rock ain't doing Mania 41 that they had to have in Vegas, where TKO is located. Yeah. Okay. Keep telling yourself that. Chad Gable, Cody Rhodes, main event. Of course, fantastic match. The ring psychology off the charts. The ankle injury that Cody suffered early in the match. I mean, it was so old school, this match. The ring psychology, Cody with the ankle injury early on, Chad Gable trying to, hamper some of Cody's offense in this match. I loved the spot where Gable takes the boot off to, put Cody in the Gable lock. Cody wearing them Nike Elite socks. I see you, Cody. I see you. And I believe it was Corey Graves on commentary, great commentary spot where he said the wrestling boot made to protect the ankle. With this off, Gable could really inflict more damage. Loved that. Loved the selling of what is going on from the commentator. That is excellent. Great match. Cody, of course, picks up the win, gets a crossroad, but the ankle injury still hampering him after this contest. And we see Kevin Owens come out, stomps on the ankle, which plays to, a couple weeks ago, Cody told Kevin Owens that at, Berlin or Crown Jewel? I think Crown Jewel, where he couldn't attack Cody's weakness in the knee because he didn't have it in him. Are we going to see this ankle injury play a role at Saturday night's main event? They're planting that seed there for you. I just wanted to make sure that you watered it. But that is certainly something that I would keep an eye on. Gable gets the win. I loved the brawl at the end. I loved the Kevin Owens interaction with Michael Cole as well in the sit-down car interview. It was really, really good stuff. Sorry about the OBS popping up there. Those are my quick thoughts on SmackDown. Didn't have a lot of time today. I do apologize for that. We'll be much more organized going forward. I appreciate y'all's support. I will catch you next time. Peace.